Hello everyone. Okay, so I showed you this card but didn't show you how to make it. When I showed you how to make the envelope that coordinates with it on the envelope punch board. That video I think I posted last week, I believe. So today I'm going to show you how to make this card. I still haven't done anything on the inside, but I'm sure that you guys can use your imagination. So what you're going to need are a few bits and pieces. You're going to need a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut at 3 by 6 and scored at 3 inches. You're going to need another piece of Whisper White cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. A piece of basic black cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just using a scrap piece of the modern Medley DSP. You're also going to use a piece of the Chevron ribbon. It's basic black, and this measures about a little over 2.5, maybe 2 5/8 inches long. It doesn't really matter, just as, oh, and previously for this card I used this, it's basic black, I believe it's dotted scallop or scallop dotted ribbon, but this is no longer available, so I'm choosing to use something updated for you guys this time. But if you've still got this, go ahead and use it. And if you can see on the back of it, I actually put a piece of the white organza ribbon, so you'll wrap the dotted one around the white organza and go from there. But for this video we're using the Chevron. Okay, so we're going to use something new. We're going to use the Rotary addition to this Stampin trimmer, and this is the little roller that you'll see. So the blade is housed right there, and I'm using the perforated blade. Alright, and you can find that in the new holiday catalog. Before I actually do this, I'm going to cut this piece down and make the window. The 1/4 inch mark on this side of this trimmer is the first line you see. You're going to line your paper up to that. You're going to line your blade, this little point, up to the 1/4 inch mark on the ruler down the arm of the trimmer, and you're going to bring it down to the 3.5 inch mark down here. So here's the 3 inch mark right here. You're going to bring it down to the 3.5 inch mark right here. See what I'm doing? That would be helpful. I know it's not easy for you guys to see, but I think that by now you've seen me do this enough that you kind of get the idea. Alright, you're going to flip your card. Alright, so you're going to just pop the center piece out. And set that aside. Now you're going to take your Stampin' trimmer, Rotary edition, and your perforated blade, and you're going to go ahead and perforate it at 1/8 of an inch in all the way around all 4 sides. And you can find the 1/8 of an inch. So when you use the Rotary edition, what you want to do is, you would normally have this little center cutting pad, I believe is what they call it, so that the divot in the center, you can see that. But when you use your Rotary edition, any of your blades, you're going to want to flip it around to where you can't, where that groove or that divot isn't, so it's a flat surface. So you'll just take it and you'll put that back in like that. To find your 1/8 of an inch, you're going to use where your cutting blade or where your cutting pad meets the trimmer. So there's a little line right there. That would be 1/8 of an inch. So to help you remember that, if you remember that this first mark right here or right here is a 1/4 of an inch, so then this would be 1/8 of an inch. So you'll line that up to the 1/8 of an inch. You'll hold everything steady, and you're just going to run the blade through it. Then you're going to turn it, do the same, line it up against that line. So what you might notice is that your corner maybe tearing away from that. And that's actually, when that started happening, I was like, oh no! And then I realized, you know what, that'll make a cool detail. So just tear those away. Perforation will meet at that point for all 4 of those corners, so it should be pretty easy to tear away. And if it's a little difficult, then just go ahead and cut it away. Okay, so then that's what you should have once you've pulled all those corners away. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is take your 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch Whisper white piece and your little leaves Sizzlit, which you can see mine's all kinds of messed up, but still works fine. Alright, and you're going to go ahead and run that through your Big Shot. And what you want to do is, look at my sample here, you're going to want to lay it, alright, so that the bottom part, it's basically off to the left side. So I'd say about like that. Try and make it sort of as even as you want, or as you can, so you can kind of get the whole image in once you put your little frame piece on top. Then you're just going to pop your leaves out. So then, what you're going to do is adhere these 2 pieces together. And you see how the corners pulled out from the basic black piece allows the white to show through? Kind of cool, right? Okay, then you're going to take your modern medley piece and figure out where you want it positioned. I'm just going to glue around the leaf. I'm going to stamp the thanks right here, and the stamp set I'm using is the new Another Thank You photopolymer stamp set. I love this stamp set. It looks like this. It's got some really great thank you pieces there. And the stamp I'm actually going to use is this thanks right here. I'm going to ink it up in some StazOn. Nice, right? Lovely. Okay, and originally this was the thanks that I used on the first one. See, I like this thanks, but I kind of like that thanks better. Okay, so with my Chevron ribbon, I took a piece of sticky strip and I'm going to adhere the 2 sides of the chevron together, just like that. So now I want to figure out where exactly I want it positioned. I want it right about there, like that. And I'm going to take my crocodile and I'm going to punch with the smaller hole. I'm going to punch a hole through about as center as I can get it. About right there. Okay. And then I'm going to take one of my Candy Dots brad bases and put that through. And then I'm going to take one of my Candy Dots, my basic black Candy Dots from the Neutrals collection. Alright, and I'm going to take some basic pearls. I'm going to take a strip of the small ones. I'm going to take 7 of them. So cute. Love it. Alright, and take some dimensionals. Then you're going to take that whole piece. I'm actually going to close it so that I can see my score line better. I can see where it goes a little bit better. Alright, so this is backwards and upside down for you, but I want my thanks to be on along the right side of the card. So line it up that way so that the fold is at the top. So it's like this. Here's the fold up here, and your thanks is on the side. So it's just kind of a different way to look at it. I hope you all enjoy it. Until next time, happy stamping!